Hey, hey, hey. Welcome back to the Tom Gronkowski Show. It's your girl, Ruth the Truth here, brought to you by Fans Only Sports Network. Make sure to give us a follow, give us a share, let other people know what's going on. It's Coach Jay and I's show where we talk about Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski and their move from the Beantown to the Bay. Speaking of the Beantown, the Patriots game is coming up this Sunday. So towards the end of the show, Coach Jay and I will give you our evaluation of what the Bucs need to do to accomplish a win in Foxborough. Now, this is going to be the only team that Brady has not beat. And the only reason why that makes sense is because he was on their roster for 20 seasons. His first seasons in Tampa, didn't see the Patriots. This time around, the NFL is trying to spice things up. So we are going to the AFC in Foxborough to take on Bill Belichick, Mac Jones, and the New England Patriots this Sunday at 8 o'clock. I believe the kickoff time is 8:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Your girl, Ruth the Truth, will be in the building. I'm so very excited to see the interactions between all these players because, as everyone knows, there might have been some burned bridges when Brady decided to sign with the Bucs. And then also, Rob Gronkowski, I don't think, had a very polite exit as well with the Patriots. So very, very excited, very anticipated matchup for week 4. But before we get to that, I'm going to be bringing my host in, and we're going to evaluate our first loss of the season. The Bucs are now 2-1 as they lose on the road at SoFi Stadium. This is the first time Brady has played in the stadium because it's brand new, brand spanking new. And from what I heard, the rumors were Super Bowl 55 was supposed to be held at SoFi, but the building was not complete yet. So they decided to move the Super Bowl to the Raymond James Stadium, but that was prior to the season even starting. So still magical the way everything ended up with Brady winning at home in his first win outside of a Patriots jersey. But without further ado, I'm going to bring my co-host into here. I should say 2 co-hosts. We're all better in twos, you know? How we doing today? Welcome, welcome.
I'm great. How are you? Oh, man, if you scared,
Great.
get out of
I
here.
love the space buns that she's got going on. That's usually my hairstyle when I'm going to either a festival or a concert where I don't want my hair to be in the way. It's just going to be up top and then safe. You look beautiful, baby girl. And I heard Dad told me that you got your ears pierced today. Do you want to show our audience your new bling?
Show me your ears. Show the diamond. Show the diamond.
Ooh, looking fresh. I love it. I love it. I love it. Congratulations on getting your ears pierced. Your dad told me you did not cry, so I'm so proud of you. I know your dad taught you to be tough, so I'm glad. Well, welcome to the show, guys. We have a lot to talk about. Do you want to start with the Rams game, my friend? Yeah. So after we talk about the Rams matchup, because it was the first loss of the season, well-anticipated matchup, really strong opponent. We probably saw a glimpse what could possibly be the NFC Championship game. Would you think that would be fair to say, Coach?
Yeah, because then that means that we gonna win.
Yeah, we gonna win.
Because we know you got us the one time.
We gonna win.
That's right.
Right. Well, we're only approaching week 4, so we got plenty of time to fix some issues. Now, I did break some news to you today since you are a workaholic and have not been paying attention to the headlines. We have a new Buccaneer.
I know.
That has officially signed to be on the Bucs roster. Welcome, Richard Sherman,
The Legion.
veteran cornerback. Man's amazing. 5-time Pro Bowler, 3-time All-Pro cornerback in the NFL. He was drafted in 2011 by the Seattle Seahawks, 154th pick overall. He had 7 seasons, which means he won a Super Bowl with Russell, which means he lost to Brady in that second Super Bowl when they almost went back-to-back. And we saw an image of Richard Sherman approaching Tom Brady and kind of giving him that look that he was real mad that the Patriots ended up stealing that ring from him. And now he is joined with Brady himself. What is your take on that cornerback that you seem to love so much? Because you were very, very excited when I broke the news to you.
LOB, the Legion. The Legion. First of all, I just want to say, Richard Sherman, welcome.
Welcome.
That means I might get a chance to see you because for the simple fact is you're here in Tampa. Oh my God. This is what I have to take. Even though Richard Sherman is old, he is still a vet at the end of the day. And now the defensive backs can have somewhat of a chance. Because as I told everybody from the beginning, and like I did last year, the defensive backs scare me. I do not trust them at all. You saw it. I always said the front seven is the reason why those defensive backs have the good games that they have, and it's really not even that good. One guy got 2 picks. I mean, he was the wild guy. He was supposed to.
Right.
But at the same time, I keep saying that the defensive backs is the kryptonite. God, they're the kryptonite.
Well, you have to give the Buccaneers a little bit of slack. I mean, I wouldn't say slack. That's not the term I want to use, but they're beat up in the backfield. I mean, they're hurt. Sean Murphy-Bunting went down in the second quarter in week 1 against the Dallas Cowboys, and he was put on IR. So he has to miss one more game before he even has a chance to come back, because once you get put on you have to miss at least 3 games. So he missed the game, obviously, in week 2 against the Falcons. The secondary looked a little bit shaken up because Calvin Ridley was able to excel tremendously during that game. And then we also had in our week 3 matchup, that's when we kind of really realized that we were kind of hurt in that backfield. So week 3 against the Rams did not go in our favor for the Buccaneers. They experienced their first loss of the season. 34-24 at SoFi Stadium. Now, can we just say Matthew Stafford has been given a second chance, okay? Yes. After 9 seasons with the Detroit Lions, I believe only having 4 seasons with winning record, but still not making a playoff appearance because he's in a pretty tough division, I would say.
He made a playoff appearance.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you corrected me because I thought otherwise.
You know who he played against and he lost? He got played. The Cowboys at the Cowboys' house.
Was that really a playoff game? Now I got to research it.
And then he was in another playoff game the other year with Jim Schwartz both years, and he played against the Saints and lost to the Saints. And he almost beat them.
Lions. So what do you think about Matthew Stafford and the Rams right now?
When they was playing against the Colts, he looked like the Matthew Stafford that I've seen him being with the Detroit Lions. When I saw him with the Rams, like you said, he has been given a second chance. He actually has an offensive line, so now he can throw the rockets. Now, I still say he do some boneheaded stuff because for the simple fact, it can be 3 dudes around one guy, and he'll Brett Favre it. I don't like that. Don't do that. But, and I didn't know.
Just to correct me, he did make 2 playoff appearances in 2016, lost to Seattle, and then he also, the Dallas Cowboys in 2014, both the wild card matchup. So I guess the narrative should be he hasn't won a playoff game.
Did he play the Saints? I thought he played one with the Saints in a playoff game.
In 2011?
Oh, so it's 3.
Was Matthew Stafford
Yes.
When did he get drafted to Detroit? 2011?
No. Keep going. Go back.
Further down?
Yeah.
I gotta look this up. I gotta make sure.
I'm telling you, Matthew Stafford lost against the Saints in the championship game because they had Fairley playing against Breeze, and then the Saints ended up picking Fairley up after. And Fairley was in trouble because he got caught because he was in Detroit driving down the street in downtown smoking, and then the cops smelled it, pulled him over.
Oh, Lord. See, you never want to get caught up in those situations because as these NFL players know, you do get drug tested. And I know the Dallas Cowboys are dealing with an issue with that, with a little bit of drama around the drug testing thing that they have because Collins decided, I guess, to bribe the tester. And I mean, that's something that, how do you expect to get away with that? And he had missed, I believe, 7 drug tests in the matter of a couple months. One due to one of the coaches for the Dallas Cowboys passing away. He missed a drug test then. And then a family member had passed away. So he had a couple excuses, but I mean, missing 7 tests altogether and then having to bribe, it just doesn't make sense. So he's serving a 5-game suspension. He's trying to appeal the suspension, but it's not looking likely. So he will be out for the next 4 games because the first game that he had to miss was against the Philadelphia Eagles, which the Dallas Cowboys crushed them 41-21. It should have been 48-21.
I was just going to say this.
14.
I was going to say this. I was going to tell you that your Cowboys, they look good. I give credit where credit is due. They look good. So, hey, do y'all thing. Another thing is, I don't think the Eagles like Hurts. His offensive line look like they don't like him.
I can understand that.
They don't even help him up.
I mean, I think that might have to do with a little bit of maybe they didn't agree with Carson Wentz and how, Doug Peterson handled that the year before. So maybe some of them are a little bitter about the situation, but I did see that during the Cowboys game that there were some plays where Jalen Hurts kind of ended up on the ground and none of his teammates tried to help the guy back up, which is something you never want to see.
They let him get killed, didn't try to help him up, nothing. I like the hand.
I caught a few of those instances against the Rams game as well, where I feel like the offensive line wasn't really there to pick Stafford up. But we could just be reading between the lines a little too heavy on that. But
they like Stafford. He winning. Well, then again, they like Jared Goff. They like Jared Goff.
Right. Yeah. I don't know if the whole offensive line and the rest of the team was on board with that trade, but
as long as he does his job,
because they are 3-0 and they just defeated the reigning Super Bowl champs.
But we call that. We call that. Remember, we said that. Look, I still got the score up there on the board.
What was the score that you put up there?
No, not the score. Our what you call our records. Remember, we did that. We picked the things like earlier, like off season.
Oh, our picks. Okay.
6-1, 6-1. We both got them going 6-1 for those first 7 games, and both of us said the Rams game.
Yeah, I mean, I really thought the Rams were just going to be our pretty much our first test. I mean, obviously the Dallas Cowboys almost won in week 1, but everybody kind of expected the Bucs to run away with that one. And then obviously week 2 division rivals, the Atlanta Falcons, they're without Julio Jones. So we had the upper hand in that game. It ended up being a blowout 48-25. Shout out to Mike Edwards, who had 2 pick sixes in the fourth quarter, almost back-to-back Falcons possessions. So what is something that you would take? I mean, we went into this game anticipating that the Bucs might be losing this game. So were you surprised on how they played, or the lack of pressure on Matthew Stafford? Because I mean,
that's what I was saying. I'm not surprised.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are known for their pressure. That's how we were able to be successful in Super Bowl 55 and pretty much not allow Patrick Mahomes to throw any type of touchdown passes or allow anyone to score a touchdown. All that mattered. But were you surprised in the outcome of how badly the secondary played for the Bucs? Now, we are without Sean Murphy-Bunting, and JPP, our defensive back, was also out because he had a shoulder and hand injury. So we were playing with Jamal Dean, who was signed off the practice squad, who actually had to leave the game because of a hip injury, which is never good to see. Carlton Davis, I saw him get roughed up in week 2 as well, and I don't really feel like he's playing as well as Carlton Davis plays. So what were some of your takes for the defense during this week 3 loss to the Rams?
First of all, I didn't know that Deshaun Jackson was on that team as well.
I didn't know that either. I
did not know that.
Sean?
I was like, oh, they got Deshaun on here too? Ooh, it's about to get ugly.
I'm always down for second and third chances, and Deshaun Jackson left the Philadelphia Eagles, and he wasn't as productive towards the end of his career with the Eagles because he was hurt a lot.
With the Redskins.
But the Rams, what?
He went to the Redskins. Remember, he played for the Redskins? That didn't look right. Deshaun Jackson, what? Then he went back to the Eagles. Okay. And he went Stafford now. Hey, he doing it the right way. He out there in Cali. Oh, my God.
Yeah, Deshaun Jackson had 5 targets, 3 completions for 120 yards. He was averaging 40 yards a catch. His longest was 75 yards, which came from that touchdown pass from Matthew Stafford.
Through the middle. Matthew Stafford has always been good. I just want to say that to let everybody know that he has always been good. He was just with the wrong teams, the Lions. Lions get him killed. How did you think he got to the NFL? Look at him. Look how he played at Georgia Tech now. Now, don't get me wrong. Okay, I know they ran wing T and they run that same little offense they've been running. But at the same time, he threw the ball sometimes too. So, and we all know that Matt Stafford can launch the ball. This man was throwing the Megatron, and that was with one guy. Now he got a whole squad plus an offensive line because Matthew Stafford was not touched at all. So up front, like I've been saying for weeks, it's always on the front seven because if the front seven don't get there, I said there's going to come a game. If the front seven do not get there and put it into the defensive back in them hands, then, they're going to exploit it. And it happened.
That's exactly what happened. And Bruce Arians had spoke about it throughout all press conference, how the lack of pressure on the quarterback is what really killed them because they had to depend on that backfield that was already beat up and with some young players on there that may have not had the veteran experience like a Sean Murphy Bunn, like a JPP, and they were kind of taken advantage of. Devin White had some great pressure on Matthew Stafford in the first quarter, but after that, they kind of went flat. William Golston is the only one that had a sack on Stafford, but other than that, they had difficulty getting to the quarterback, and that is the bread and butter to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense is applying pressure, getting sacks. Shaquille Barrett was kind of non-existent, and he expects more out of him. But, we're going into week 3. We still have – I think the defense really clicks when we come back from the bye week or when we're like halfway through the season is when they really start to click in Todd Bowles' defensive scheme. And Devin White attested to that after the Super Bowl. He said, it's not that he changed up the scheme. It's just that we all finally bought into what we needed to do and our assignments to get the job done. And that's how they were able to have success in Super Bowl 55.
That's what you're supposed to do. You buy into the system. You ain't going to have to play regular football. You're going to have the upper hand because you know everything that's about to come. You know exactly how to react. I keep trying to tell kids that just play the system. Don't gamble. Count cards. It's a system. See, you gambling's got emotions in it.
Right.
Counting cards is a system. Everybody got a part.
All right. So now that Richard Sherman has signed with the Buccaneers, what are your expectations for him going into he's 33 years old. He's been in the league since 2011. He's a 5-time Pro Bowl, 3-time All-Pro cornerback. And what are some of your expectations for him coming into this week 4 matchup against New England?
I expect him to be a leader and correct the backfield, lead them into the right direction, which is the light to the promised land. Show them the way. Don't have no problems with no girls. While you in here, man, it's Florida. Don't be doing nothing stupid.
Right. And that's kind of something that had everybody's attention was the domestic issues that he had in the offseason, as well as I believe it was a DUI. There was a couple misdemeanors that were charged against him in the offseason, and those still have not been figured out. They're still pending. They're still kind of up in the air. But Bruce Arians said that if everything clears, he's good to go. If he has to go, because I think they're trying to get to put him in jail for like 90 days or something. So that's not going to happen. He's going to pay the best lawyers to combat for him, and I don't really see him having to do time, but he is now a Buccaneer. What are your expectations? 484 tackles, 36 interceptions. The proof is in the pudding when it comes to Mr. Richard Sherman. How did you not hear about this news though? Like this has kind of been, ever since he hit free agency after leaving the 49ers, after spending 3 seasons there was a lot of talks of him maybe retiring. But at 33 years old, I feel like he's still got a lot in the tank.
I've been working. I've been trying to get that paper.
You've been hiding under a rock.
Yeah, that's right. I have been at work collecting paper.
It's okay. We forgive you. But yeah, Richard Sherman's a Buccaneer.
Y'all just give me some time. I'm working on something here. Okay.
Take all the time you need. But we're gonna take a quick commercial break. Thanks for hanging with us on the Tom Gronkowski Show. We'll be right back.
Pharmaceutical company Prevacus says their new concussion medication Prevacol helps repair nerves and promote cell growth.
We can get the drug in the brain in less than 5 minutes. And our plan is when we get that diagnosis on the field of play, give the drug nasally, get it in the brain quickly. When it gets in the brain, it actually gets into the nucleus of your brain cells, and it reduces swelling, inflammation, and oxidative stress at the same time.
When Jake and I first talked about this many years ago, one of my first questions was, will this help me? And he goes, no, this is for treatment immediately when a concussion or you think a concussion has occurred.
Yeah.
The acute problems that exist later on in life, if we can take care of these at an early age and start getting some of these things to our children and grandchildren, and I think we can make this game, our game, football, a safer place.
And so the whole goal is we're trying to make the game safer. And so Odyssey and this drug, we believe, can be a game changer in so many different ways. Yes, on the football field, in the game of football, because that's where my passion lies, but also in the game of life.
Shout out to the Odyssey Group and all the great work that they are doing to help these players and kind of eliminate all the problems that come after a long career in the NFL, because they do take a lot of hits. So that's the breaking news. Richard Sherman is a Buccaneer. He was in practice today. I got to see him talking with a lot of his teammates. I saw him in a huddle with Carlton Davis, Jordan Whitehead. They look locked in, ready to go. Obviously, with him being in the league for the last 10 years, he's not a stranger. So how are you feeling about our defense with this addition?
Leadership.
That's a big point. Especially with those cornerbacks, that there's a lot of young talent. There's no veteran experience to kind of guide these young guys when it comes to elevating their game. So I think Richard Sherman adds a great aspect in that regard.
Not to mention, the man does have a Super Bowl ring as well, and he been there twice. So they better pay attention. Pay attention. He's gonna give us a little bit more presence in the backfield. People not just gonna be trying to just pick on us anywhere but I need him to play like the Richard Sherman that I know, like the LOB Richard Sherman that I know, the Legion, the one that's over there like, you're trash. You're trash.
You're trash.
Then he said he wants to hit up. He said he wanted to be hit. Don't you ever go one-on-one with me. I need that Richard Sherman. Don't you ever talk about me. I need that Richard Sherman. Just like I said.
Do you get worried at all that his personality might just be overwhelming for the locker room? Because, I mean, the guy is very outspoken.
Yeah.
He definitely holds his own, and hope that just, I hope it just kind of mends well with what they got going on, because I feel like the greatest or one of the best attributes about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is their locker room, is how everybody is locked in on the same page. And I mean, they just won a Super Bowl together, so they realize that they have the talent to make it happen. They just have to work as a team, because it's a 22 people are playing, 11 on each side. So there's no I in team when it comes to the NFL.
Yeah, but they love Sherman. Who don't like Richard Sherman? They love Sherman, except Crabtree, but still, Sherman. Who doesn't love Sherman?
He's that guy. He's that guy.
He come inside that locker room, guarantee everybody like it. And I know Tom Brady would rather play with him than to play against him, because he didn't like playing against him. He hated that.
Yeah, Tom Brady said that about a couple of his teammates, that he's glad that Shaquille Barrett is on his side and he's not playing against him anymore, which he had for a really long time. let's go through the injury report that has just been sent to me. Shout out to the PR department for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They do an excellent job in getting all these emails and information out, and we really appreciate that. So we got Giovanni Bernard, Carlton Davis, Jamel Dean, Chris Godwin, Rob Gronkowski, Jaden Mickens, and Jason Pierre-Paul. Long list. Now, we only had Giovanni Bernard not participate in practice. Rob Gronkowski did not participate in practice. Do you remember that part of when Rob went down?
Yeah, I remember that part.
He got hit hard. And I know Tom Brady used to. I watched a video of him talking about how it's unfair to the defense to be getting flagged for unnecessary roughness, because he says that the quarterback needs to put the ball in a place that's going to keep the ball safe and the player safe as well. But on that drive, Rob as soon as he caught the ball, as he's turning around, he already has the defender knocking him in the ribs. Now, he had an MRI done, and there are no broken bones, which is good to hear, because obviously broken bones means more time to heal. And but he is shaken up, and he did not participate in practice. How terrible would it be if Rob could not play on week 4, which I feel like there's no way that's not going to happen, because Rob Gronkowski is known for being a beast and playing through injury. So I don't think he's going to miss this for the world. So they're definitely going to limit Rob Gronkowski during practice this week to rest him up, because they had a big game on Sunday. Sunday night is going to be ratings are going to be out the roof. Everybody is going to be wanting to tune into that game to see Tom Brady, to see Bill Belichick and their first interactions after Brady left. Because apparently when Brady decided to leave, he wanted to meet with Bill Belichick in person to say his goodbyes, and Bill Belichick insisted that they just speak over the phone. That's kind of interesting. So we shall see how that ends up on Sunday. I'm super excited. But Giovanni Bernard with his knee, our running backs haven't been playing to their best abilities. Rojo has had a couple mistakes, couple fumbles, couple drop balls. And Giovanni Bernard has been that excellent pass catcher. And I hope that his knee doesn't become an issue. But he did not participate in today's practice.
Can I just say it?
I'm listening.
I'm just going to tell it. They play because they play like people are supposed to be afraid of them. I'm just going to stop with the excuses with all this injuries and all that. They play because, we got Tom Brady, so we're going to win regardless. It doesn't matter. That's how they play. Because you're telling me that guys are getting hurt, and especially new guys, you just got here. You haven't even done nothing, and you getting hurt already? No,
I know. Jamel Dean was filling in for Sean Murphy-Bunting in that cornerback position, and he was kind of not really playing that well. He could have had a pick six. Do you remember when he dropped that ball in the first quarter? I was like, dude, I have a sprained thumb, and I could have caught that ball. Like, it was literally in his hands, and he completely let it go.
Because we're the Bucs, so we just show up. We just going to show up, and people going to give it to us because we got Tom Brady and Gronk and all them. Yeah, no, you can't do that. That's how y'all played last year. Y'all had a spurt like that last year. Oh, we got Tom. Yeah, you don't get Tom killed trying to play pretty. Get it done. You're not you acting like Rocky did in Rocky 3. You got the belt. So now you're gonna have to have Mr. T knock you out. Hopefully the Rams were Mr. T and they just knocked you out so you can go and get your thoughts right. Because if y'all keep playing like that, we're the Bucs. We're just gonna show up. We have Tom and Gronk. That don't mean nothing, because other people, you're going against somebody across from you that's hungry, that has that edge, that eye of the tiger look. That eye of the tiger look, that edge, they hungry, they going to run through you like a freight train because you got something that they want.
And Tom was missing one of his offensive weapons in a week 3 matchup against the Rams. Antonio Brown tested positive for COVID and was on the COVID reserve list and did not pass those 2 negative tests for him to be available. So guess who stepped up in his place? We had Tyler Johnson. It's the next man up. That's the mentality the Bucs have. We got Tyler Johnson and we got Scotty Miller, who they just updated the injury report. Scotty Miller is now on the injury report, so he is going to miss the next 3 games. So
man,
I'm hoping Antonio, he's dealing with a turf toe issue that they've been evaluating since the Rams matchup.
Oh my God.
I mean, we saw Patrick Mahomes deal with turf toe in Super Bowl 55, and I mean, obviously, it didn't make him a statue because he still ran for almost 500 yards that game.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all got the ring, so we just gonna sit around and just chill now. So we got the ring. It's all right. We cool now.
I think it's more about longevity.
To relax.
We got 17. We got 17 games to play, 18-week season. We're only 3 weeks in. I think, they're just trying to play it smart because they know playoffs comes around. They need all their starters healthy and available. So, but hey, we keep adding depth to the chart to help for any empty slots, like the addition of Richard Sherman. Welcome to the Bay. All right, so week 4, we have the New England Patriots. We're going to Gillette Stadium. It's Tom Brady's first time back in Gillette after leaving, and we have a quick little video of their hype video.
Wondering if after all these years you'd like to meet. So hello from the other side. At least I can say that I've tried. It don't matter, it clearly doesn't tear you apart anymore. I was one.
That was on cue. I appreciate you helping me with that because I didn't want to be by myself. But
I couldn't help it.
there was a lot of people that were saying that the song was a little theatrical, a little too slow pace. But I think it's a great breakup song, and that's exactly what happened. I mean, after a 20-year relationship, you can't be putting no like all happy jazzy music. It's game time. So week 4, New England Patriots. Is Mac Jones going to throw for over 300 yards on our Tampa Bay defense?
I hope not. God, if he do, man, we need to start calling some college players or something. Alabama, somebody, because, oh, my God. He better not. If the front 7 do their job, if they make it be for the defensive backs to win the game, we know how this is going to go. I'm sorry, Sherman. I love you, but I don't think you're just going to come out there and start like that. I mean, you could. Don't get me wrong. You could.
We need him. Everybody's hurt.
Well, then in that case, then you starting. So in that case, then, I know one side of the field is not going to be thrown that much. So I'm going to say 150, not 300.
So let's look at Mac Jones's numbers against the New Orleans Saints that he lost 28-13. The Patriots are now 1-2 after losing 2 games in a row. I don't think it's been a time where Bill Belichick has lost 3 games in a row. I think this could be the first time that happened in his career. Mac Jones had 51 completions. 51 attempts, 30 completions for 270 yards. He threw for 1 touchdown. His longest throw of the game, or his longest completion of the game, was 31 yards, and he threw 3 interceptions. Holy bejesus. That's gotta excite the Buccaneers secondary just a tad. I mean, he threw 3 interceptions. I guess
because the Saints get pressure.
And Jameis didn't throw any interceptions. I mean, there was one touchdown pass that was an incredible catch by Callaway in the end zone. I could not believe he came down with that ball, but because he had 2 or 3 Patriots defenders around him. So, and Jameis had thrown that ball definitely not. He was going down. He was getting sacked. He was trying to avoid the pocket closing in on him, and he just kind of tossed it up. And Callaway came down with the ball for his first touchdown of the game. He had 5 targets with 4 completions for 41 yards. His longest completion was for 13. Jameis Winston 0 interception, and Mac Jones with 3. That's pretty shocking. I could imagine how frustrated Bill Belichick could have been in their 28-13 loss against the New Orleans Saints. So we're both coming off of a loss. All right. We both got punched in the mouth. I mean, throwing 3 interceptions, you definitely had a bad day at the office. What do you think is going to happen this Sunday? Because I mean, it was kind of tit for tat in the first quarter, the first quarter was scoreless between the Rams and the Bucs, and things started picking up. We were 7-7 at one point, and then the Rams kind of ran away with it. It was 21-7 for a little bit of the time. So, how are you expecting the Bucs to start against New England at Gillette Stadium this Sunday?
Up front, all right. This is my expectations. I expect you to go in there and win the game because it's the Patriots and they're 1-2. They don't have a Tom Brady over there. They don't have a Jimmy G over there. I mean, so we should be fine. I mean,
speaking of Jimmy G, that was a really tough loss against the Green Bay Packers. I don't know if you saw the end of that game.
Oh, I saw it.
That was pretty intense. Aaron Rodgers knew exactly. I mean, the guy is a bad man. I mean, he was able to get into field goal range with like 30 seconds on the clock or something ridiculous like that. Just boom, 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 field goal range. Give it over to Crosby to win the game.
He ain't gonna lose. Aaron Rodgers don't want to be there, but he's like, I ain't about to be stupid. I gotta win this game.
Do you think Aaron Rodgers is what would you say? Auditioning for a new team?
Yes. Showing them that he still got it. Please, Saints, take him. Take him, please, Saints. Oh, Saints, please take him.
Why would you want Aaron Rodgers to come to be in the same division as our Buccaneers? Please tell me how that works. How's that work out for anybody here?
I was thinking about everybody else. I mean, we know that Tom them gonna kill him. I mean, we ain't worried about that. I want to see. I'm trying to fill in for Drew Brees. I'm trying to find somebody for the future for them. I'll do the same thing for Tom.
Jameis is not the answer, huh? But they're 2-1.
I don't trust.
They're 2-1 with Jameis. They have the same record as our Buccaneers at this moment. He had a little bit of his yardage. The games that he usually throws for 500 yards, he usually has 3 interceptions. So I'd rather him play it smart. He had 128 yards. Only 21 attempts with 13 completed. So I think Alvin Kamara probably had Alvin Kamara. Well, not really. He only rushed for 89 yards, 24 attempts. His longest run was for 11 yards only. So when you look at the stats for the New Orleans Saints, I'm not really sure how they were able to win 28-13. I mean, obviously Mac Jones turning the ball over 3 times was their kryptonite.
Defense. The Saints have always had defense. When you have defense that you can trust, then you can do a lot of things on offense, which is not even that much because the defense is going to take care of all of the other mishaps that happen.
Yeah, I mean, if you could get your defense to turn the ball over at least once or twice a game, and you could be efficient on offense and try to score on the majority of your drives, if you're scoring more than 31 points and your defense can take the ball away, I think it's a pretty easy win.
What does that say? Defensive goals.
I can't see it. Defensive goals. Score 21 up, turnovers. Hi, what does that say?
Hit.
Hi to everybody.
Hit.
Oh, hit everybody. Hit everybody. That's exactly what you're supposed to do on defense. You gotta hit everybody.
Everybody. I tell everybody, hit everything that moves. Hit everything. Coach, some of them don't move. Hit them too. That's okay. If the ref is in the way, you hit him too. I don't care. Hey, get it done. Get it done. And that's what the Bucs need to act like. They need to get that edge back, that eye of the tiger.
That eye of the tiger. I don't think it's ever left. I think this was kind of our wake-up call. This was the game that we knew was going to be tough. Brady even said it during the press conference that their offense started really slow, and they can't expect to have a slow offensive game and be able to and trail and be able to fight. He said they were fighting the whole game to try to get back, and they could have done a better job protecting Brady. I feel like he hit the ground a little bit too many times. Okay. And like you always say, you got to protect your little sister.
True, but come on, let's tell the truth. Come on, tell your coach the truth.
Tell the coach the truth. What is the truth right now?
You telling me that even though we have been winning those games, now think, even though we was winning those other games, the defensive back still iffy though. Come on, remember the Cowboys. Lamb.
Yeah,
we're leading the herd.
Lamb
Leading the herd
exceptional.
by itself. The Falcons. Who do we kept seeing? Was it Ridley?
Yeah, Calvin Ridley.
One guy. Then we go to somebody that has more than one guy. They got like a whole squad of guys. Oh no. And this guy can launch it. Wait, is that Deshaun Jackson? I didn't know he played defensive backs. Like I ain't know that either. That's what. Even though we are going, yes, we're going to beat teams, but at the same time, it's just like last year. The whole time we was winning, but defensive backs, y'all scare me. I don't trust you. I'm sorry, I don't trust you.
See, but that's exactly why our front seven needs to get to the quarterback more. I mean, with Shaquille Barrett, with Vita Vea, with William Galston, I mean, we have that strong front seven with Nacho. We have that strong front seven that is supposed to help our secondary. We're not supposed to rely on them and their man-to-man coverage in the backfield. That's not how we win games. That's not our formula. That's not our bread and butter. So they need to get back to, Shaquille Barrett needs to get back to getting a sack per game. And I mean, I think right now the Buccaneers are almost in last place in sacks. They only have 3 sacks on the season so far. Yeah. And that is just that's not a formula to be able to stop these high-powered offenses like the LA Rams. I mean, they're a tough team. They were a Super Bowl contender. I mean, Jared Goff took them to their second round of the playoffs. Sean McVay has been to the Super Bowl himself against Bill Belichick. Even though they lost, still got the experience. And I think Sean McVay is a great coach. And when you have the coaches side by side, I think Sean McVay might have the upper hand, even though Bruce Arians has a longer experience. He just wins the locker room, and he's a great coach, so I'll give him that. But when you kind of put the teams side by side, we were equal. When you talk about our strengths and our weaknesses, I think it was pretty even between those two matchups. But so before we end the show, you wanted to talk about the NFL teams that are still undefeated after week 3. We have the Los Angeles Rams. We have the Denver Broncos, which is something I wasn't really expecting to see. The Broncos and Teddy Bridgewater is doing his thing over there for the Broncos. So really happy for him and how it's working out. We got the Carolina Panthers that is leading the NFC South over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Sam Darnold. So congratulations to Sam Darnold for his rejuvenation on a new team. Very happy for him. And then we have the Raiders that are 3-0 for the first time in quite some time. Now,
check in, baby. Al Davis.
Al Davis. All right. So we got the Raiders, Broncos. Crap. What was the other team? Raiders, Broncos,
Panthers, Rams,
and Panthers. What team out of those 4 are you completely shocked with and don't think they deserve to be undefeated?
Dang, the Raiders. The Raiders. I did not know that till like this guy I work with over there at Gators, the part-timer, and he's like, he said something about the Raiders. I was like, oh, the Raiders beat the Steelers. The Raiders beat the Steelers. How the Steelers let the Raiders? Somebody turned around like, man, the Raiders are good. We undefeated. What?
Yeah, they went up against the Steelers in week 1. Then they played at home against the Dolphins.
Yeah.
And their next matchup is going to be against the Chargers on Monday Night Football, October 4th.
Oh, the Chargers, boy, they ain't no punks either.
Yeah, I mean, the Chargers put up quite a fight in week 2 against the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys got their first win against the Chargers. A lot of people might say that the refs kind of helped the Cowboys, but, that's the way the cookie crumbles in the NFL. The refs sometimes determine the outcome of games. You think the Raiders are going to be – are they going to meet their maker on Monday Night Football against the Chargers? I'm really excited to see Justin Herbert play against the Raiders.
I don't think so. The Raiders actually look like John Gruden's team. Like they actually understand all them calls that he be saying. 87-2 pistol side go on 3. You got it?
Love the guy's accent. He is quite a character.
I love
Calls himself the QB guru. And Derek Carr's been doing his thing. So congratulations for the Raiders to be 3-0. But that might end on Monday Night Football against Justin Herbert because they got something special going on down there for the Chargers.
I don't think so.
The team that I'm surprised about that is undefeated is the Denver Broncos.
I'm not.
Led it by Von Miller, and then they obviously have Teddy Bridgewater holding down the helm in that quarterback position. I want to see what teams that they matched up against for them to still be undefeated at this point. But Teddy Bridgewater has definitely been doing his thing. We saw him hold it down for the New Orleans Saints when Drew Brees was out. He had like 5 straight wins, and he was a great backup in New Orleans. So they went against the New York Giants in week 1. They won 27-13. Then they faced the Jacksonville Jaguars and then the Jets. God. When you look at those teams, I'm not very surprised that they are undefeated because I feel like they should be undefeated against those 3 matchups. But they are going to be going against the Baltimore Ravens led by Lamar Jackson this weekend, October 3rd, Sunday at 4:25 kickoff time, Eastern Standard Time. So Baltimore Ravens, they're going to be on the road against Denver. What do you anticipate happening? Because, the Ravens are coming off a great win against that was the week before. They faced the Kansas City Chiefs in week 2. Who did they beat over the weekend? Because they are 2-1. The Ravens played the Lions and they won 19-17. So they got the Denver Broncos this weekend. Who is going to win that game?
Dang, the Ravens.
It's Lamar.
But I want the Broncos to win because I like Teddy and I like Vaughn.
Yeah, I think, dating back to Minnesota days before he got hurt.
And he
tore it up in college. He was that guy.
He'd still be the
as
man
a college
in
football
Minnesota.
player. And when he went down with injury against Minnesota, obviously that derailed his career, but he had some rejuvenating sitting as a backup for Drew Brees.
Right.
And
why would they get rid of
learning
him?
that Sean Payton system and filling in when he needed to, because he got 5 straight wins when Drew Brees went down. And I think that performance is what got him that gig in Carolina.
So why would you not stay with the Saints? Oh my God.
That is a good question. I wonder why Teddy didn't stay in New Orleans, because obviously Drew Brees' career was eventually going to be retired, and he could have easily taken over that position. If you put Tyson Hill next to Teddy Bridgewater, there's no competition, there's no conversation. Obviously, Teddy's the guy that you go with. So that is a good question. I want to know, why didn't they keep Teddy? Sean Payton, I'm going to be asking you that question when we go to New Orleans to face what the Buccaneers are going to be facing New Orleans on Halloween at I think they changed the name of the stadium. It's like Caesars something. It's no longer the Mercedes Dome. Yeah, they moved the Mercedes Dome to Atlanta. Now Atlanta has the Mercedes-Benz Dome.
By seeing that, well, wait, hold up. So the New Orleans, we don't have. So what is it called now?
I don't want to give you a wrong answer, but somebody told me that it was something Caesars, like either Caesars. Well, let's find out. New Orleans.
Caesar's Palace.
New Orleans Stadium. What did they change the name? It's Caesars Superdome.
Caesars Superdome.
Caesars Superdome is what they changed the name. It went from the Mercedes Superdome to Caesars Superdome. So I wonder if that's affiliation with like Caesar's Palace, like the hotel in New Orleans, or is that like bought out by like Caesar's Pizza or what?
Hot and ready, like Little Caesar's Pizza. It's an old song though. This dude, he made this song I knew back in Indy. It was like we was like, yo, keep your girl hot and ready like Little Caesar's pizza. Keep your girl hot and ready like Little Caesar's pizza. He said, if she fresh, she got that mozzarella.
I wonder, they're back in their. Are they back in their stadium? I mean, yeah, they should be.
They better be calling it Caesar's.
Right. I wonder if they played last week in their home stadium. I want to find out now.
No, they was at the Patriots house.
Oh, yeah, they went to New England. Okay. So I wonder if their stadium is back and up and running after dealing with Hurricane Ida that kind of shook up the city. But I'm hoping things are back to normal because I will be out there for Halloween, enjoying all the festivities, but more importantly, the Patriots New Orleans matchup. So, all right. So, do you got any final thoughts about New England and the Bucs this weekend?
I do. Can I show it on X's and O's real quick?
Yeah, let's bring it to X's and O's before we close out the show today. Our favorite portion of the game.
Talk to them boys that sat on them benches, man. I was in the game on 4th and inches. Coach, put me in the game on 4th and inches. And I'ma lead them boys at the line of scrimmage. Yeah, I see them boys all behind me winless. I ain't Mario Williams, but I'm not defenseless. Wide receiver catching Hail Marys, I'm Christian. 5 and out, hot route, get switch stick shift. Gone with the quickness, fast and instant. Cornerback safeties, I burn them like incense. On the field, I'm daddy, and the ball is my infant. I don't need so much of pork, but I'm in love with the pigskin. All I really know how to do is win. Super Bowl champ, Disney World, let the kids in. Hall of Fame Wayne, I'm putting my dibs in. Catch me in the game on 4th and inches. The Empire. I don't talk.
All right. Real quick, I just want to show what we have to do. All we have to do, defensive-wise, is just make sure that we break down, keep everything in front of us. All right? We got to be moving just like these lines are. That's how we got to be moving. We got to start disguising stuff, and we all just got to play simple football. That's it. That's all we have to do. Communicate, and we'll be fine. We must cause turnovers. Okay? I'm giving you the goals, the defense, right there. I challenge you. We'll win this game. Offensive-wise, everybody got to talk. Know who's coming. Know who got who. Just protect the little sister back here. Take everything one play at a time, and we'll be all right. And that's all I got to do for X's and O's today. I already had it written out for y'all. Back to you, Rue.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into the Tom Gronkowski Show, brought to you by Fans Only Sports Network. We appreciate you sticking with Coach Jay and I as we discuss Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski, their move from the Beantown to the Bay. Coach, so this is the first time Tom Brady has lost a regular season game after throwing over 400 yards and 0 interceptions. Now, he did have one rushing touchdown that he rushed in himself, which I thought was great. We're not really used to seeing Tom Brady make those type of moves on his legs. But sometimes you got to be selfish. Sometimes you can get the ball, you can get the ball in the end zone yourself. And if you got the open room, go for it, Tom. We will support you every single time. Now, can you give me your prediction of this weekend's score against the New England Patriots and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? And is Richard Sherman getting an interception?
Yes, he is.
Mac Jones threw 3 of them last week. So
if he's playing, he will get an interception. I tell you what's going to happen. They're going to show back up. The temperatures are going to be flaring. People are going to hate him. People are going to love him. At the end of the day, the man that sits on top of the milestone will show him true self. He is not going to lose this game. We will beat them 30. I say 35. I give him 24. That's it.
That's being very generous.
That is
I'll be surprised if they score more than I'll be surprised if they score more than 2 touchdowns against Tampa's defense, because I really think they understand their assignment. Richard Sherman's a great addition to that cornerback. He has a lot of veteran experience he's bringing to that defense. So I think that's going to cause a lot of ruckus for the New England Patriots. Obviously, Bill Belichick is a defensive mind, so I don't think this is going to be a 40 burger from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think they could probably score 27 to 30, 35 points in that matchup, but I do not see him scoring more than 40 points.
Yeah, and that's what people need to realize, that Bill Belichick is the genius at taking things that you are good at away. Also, he is very genius-wise when it comes to exploiting problems that you have on your team. So if it was me and I was Bill Belichick, or if I was sitting in the room with him, the first thing I would say is, hey, Bill, what about those defensive backs? What are you thinking? Yes, that is what I'm thinking right now. I am going to be doing double moves on y'all, running crossing routes, all that. I'm going to make you work. Because if you're going zone, here's the thing about it is, it all comes down to that quarterback, though. I could sit here all day and write it all up, but it comes down to that quarterback. If I got Tom and we're doing that stuff for Tom, I could do all those patterns and double moves and all that, because up front, they give him enough time. This guy right here, they somewhat give him enough time, but he's still – he's not it. He's not the guy yet. I mean, it's cool. He there. I mean, they got something to look at. Hey, he could happen. He got one win, but he's not Tom, and that's what people there keep expecting. They want another Tom. No, because before Tom, y'all had Drew. Don't forget about that. He was in love with Bledsoe. So all of a sudden, Tom is our guy. So now you need to just be cool and chill and wait, because Mac Jones might be your guy in the future, and you never know. You didn't know Tom was going to be Tom. And who knows? Mac Jones, something happened. Mac Jones, boom. He Tom. Patriots right back where they was.
Mm-hmm.
Never know.
Do I think that's going to happen this season? Probably not. I think the New England Patriots are going to have their second season in a row without making it to a playoff appearance. I
don't think so.
The Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins are going to take that wild card, and they're going to win the division. Yeah. And I think it's going to be the Jets and the Patriots sitting at the bottom of that division, because I am not 100% convinced that Mac Jones is going to be the answer.
Dang. Gee, put them with the Jets.
I mean, I'm not going to put them in the same category, because the Jets are their own issue altogether.
They didn't make the playoffs, and they sitting there next to each other. They're in the same category. You didn't make the playoffs. You suck. You suck.
They're the same, but different. But they're the same.
But they're the same.
But different.
But different. See, D-front, same. D-front, same.
Oh, well, that is all for us, folks. We got nothing else. I've been up since way too early this morning, so I am going to call it a night. We appreciate you tuning in to the Tom Gronkowski Show, brought to you by Fans Only Sports. Please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube page, as well as follow Coach Jay and I on social media, so you can stay intact with all the latest for the Buccaneers. I will be at the Buccaneers training facility tomorrow, $1, and then I am off to New England to catch the Patriots game. So make sure to tune in next week, Wednesday at 9 o'clock. Well, we're going to try for 9 o'clock. We're both very busy people, so sometimes 9 o'clock on the dot is a little bit too much, but we will get here within the hour and bring you the latest. And we got a lot to talk about, obviously, next week after we witness the Patriots game, since I will be at Gillette Stadium getting that front and center. I am so excited. I'm going to have my binoculars and just everywhere Tom goes, everywhere Bill goes, like, I am going to try to catch that interaction between them two, because I really think that is going to be something special. But
he just going to shake his hand and leave. That's what he's going to do.
No conversation, no like how you been, no like congratulations on winning Super Bowl 55 and making history, like none of that.
That's how it's gonna be. He's gonna be like this. He's gonna say, "Now come up."
Where the heck did you get a hand from?
He's gonna come right there. It's Halloween. It's a lot of tricks.
Yo, you were too funny. Coach Jay, you have a great night. Thank you so much to our audience for tuning in. We will see you guys next Wednesday.
after all these years you'd like to meet. So